So good afternoon. Are you having fun at the quilt show? Well, last year, Liz Hammonds, who's our Director of Education, she's the one that picked all your teachers in the classes. She and I decided that it would be fun for you to get a chance to share whatever your last project is or your favorite quilt. So we developed what we call the AQS Pop-Up Quilt Party. And you know what? We can never see too many quilts, can we? No. And so Liz is going to call you up here in sections, and you'll come up here. I'll read your card. You'll get to stand right here, and make sure you hold your quilt up high enough everybody can see it. And so let's get started. Okay, so our first exhibitor is Carolyn Bowser, A.K. Callie B. from Long Island, New York. She's been quilting about 19 years, loves quilting and inspiring my sister girls to quilt. My two sisters are here with me. Good for you. What's better than a quilting sister weekend, right? This is a Laura Hine collage quilt. She used K-facet materials. The flowers were fussy cut and appliqued to a drawn form. The base was made from fabric and completes the form. She used her new Innova long arm machine. Good for you. She drew the top to bottom straight lines and then anchored the flowers and gives the whole quilt hanging a finished look. What fun! Aren't those K-facet fabrics are wonderful for collage? Thank you so much. And Lorene Bridges Arnett from Dillon, South Carolina. She's a member of the Swamp Fox Quilters Guild out of Florence. Her quilt is called Spirit of the Western Star, constructed from a design created by Cathy Wiggins. Is it leather or is it just leather colored? It is leather. Dressmaker weight leather. Beautiful. So she says the quilt blocks surrounding the leather are drawn on the leather and the block designs are dyed, not assembled like patchwork blocks. The horse's head in the center panel was drawn onto the center panel with a chalk pencil and overdrawn using a ball-pointed stylus and then trapunto quilted over the stable boards. The boards are complete with knots quilted into the background using almost 6,000 yards of thread. The leather scraps at the bottom use the same drawing, dyeing, and trapunto techniques. This quilt construction wore out 2 packs of leather needles and took many, many hours, but it was fun to make. And isn't it a fun quilt? Thank you for sharing your quilt with us. It's heavy too, isn't it? Is it heavy? It is heavier than a cloth one. Yes, thank you so much. And Jill Burge from Huntsville, Alabama. She says, "Oh, the places you will go." It's paper. Oh, it's for her great-grandson to be. What a fun message. She used a walking foot and free motion meander quilting. She bound it with 2 fabrics for piping illusion. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay, so this is Kathy Kelly Keane from Summerville, South Carolina. Nevermore. Oh, here, you hold the other end and I'll hold this end.
This was inspired by Edgar Allan Poe.
Hence the crows.
The crows are from Blackwood Designs, Barb Allen in Lorene Canvas. I stole her. I couldn't draw them close.
So the crows are Blackwood Designs. Blackwood Designs.
I designed the rest of the quilt.
What fun. You need to hang this for Halloween.
I need a bigger house.
Don't we all? So next we have Debbie Accardi from Chester, New York. She said, "This is time spent with a good friend makes any day brighter number 2. Did you make a number 1 too? Okay. So they used hand-dyed fabrics, free motion quilting, and pieced binding. Thank you so much for sharing your quilt. Mary Alexander is from Montreat, North Carolina, and this is spring grass. Lovely. Did you piece all those horses or applique all the horses? Fusible applique. It's from a picture, and fusible applique with free motion quilting, and what a lovely quilt. Thank you so much for sharing with us. And so her name is Diana. And she's from Goose Creek, South Carolina. Her quilt is Orchard Road, and it's a pattern from Quiltmaker magazine, and it's paper pieced and regular piecing. Thank you so much for sharing with us. And Lorene Hicks from Carlisle, Pennsylvania. This was the Quilt Guild's class with Kevin Womack. This is called Floral Tapestry, Broidery Purse Applique, and it's fabric collage. And she has added some beads to it as well. Lovely quilt. Thank you for sharing with us. And this is Katherine Lamb from Charleston. Okay. By way of New York City. And this is a jacket that she made by Winifred Sanders, her mother. Where's the mother? There's the sewer. What fun. I bet you just have a good time wearing that too. And she made a purse set similar to go with it. Well, thank you to Mom for making it, and thank you for sharing it with us. Virginia Ponder from Cairo, Georgia, is a member of the Tallahassee Quilt Guild, Quilters Unlimited Guild, and this is sampler squares that are paper pieced and machine quilted. Paper piecing works really good for those sharp points, don't they? Thank you. Katherine Herndon from Summerville, South Carolina, has been quilting for 15 years. And this is called Fresh Eggs and Crazy Hens Quilt. I took a picture from a magazine and created this wall hanging from the picture. I don't know the creator of the pattern, but it's a fun quilt, isn't it? Thank you for sharing with us. And Joanne Hinkle from North Charles, South Carolina, Quilted Skinnies. It's hens and chicks created by Margie OLeary, and it's 14 by 28. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Helena Dunn, another one from Goose Creek. Did you come together? Oh, yes. Okay. And so this is Sunbonnet Sue 4 Seasons. The design is by Bertha Corbett Melcher, and it's blocks and appliqued with embellishments. Sunbonnet Sue is always fun, isn't she? Thank you. And Mary Ventersca from West Columbia, South Carolina, did a scrappy starburst. It's double needle to apply, and it has black bias tape. Thank you so much. And she's with the Threads of Time Quilt Guild. And you know, I don't always have a quilt of mine here, but I'm doing a demo at 1 o'clock right here. And so I do have a couple quilts that I can show you. And so this one, and you know, my demo's gonna be on Zentangled drawing. And so this one's called the Tangled Lone Star. And so all of the designs that are in the background are Zentangled designs. So that's one. And here's the other one. And this one's called Dogwoods in the Pink. And in my book, I have some designs that I've already tangled. And this is one of them, and I printed it on fabric. And then we used Zentangled designs in the borders. So I think you need to see Liz. Everybody that showed a quilt, you win a ribbon for being at AQS. And I hope you'll come back at 1 o'clock and watch my demo. Thank you so much for participating.